and share with you a super simple training that is going to support you, especially if you've been kind of like feeling like you're on a hamster wheel with having to create and post content every single day. Drop a yes in the chat if you've ever experienced any of these things. Have you ever had to leave a party or a social event to go post content? Drop a yes if that's you. Have you ever woken up on a holiday and realized, oh, I got to post my content? If that's you, drop a yes. Or if you're just like, dude, I'd love to take a week off and I still want my content to keep going, drop a yes if that's you, because I'm going to share a really cool story and then share with you a tool and a little training that's going to support you with really and truly finding some freedom with posting content. So as you get here, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I love seeing we have such a global audience. It's so fun. And so actually just about a few weeks ago, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I made it a decision to go to Mexico for 8 days. Now, here's the thing. I don't take a ton of actual vacations, but when I do, they're going to usually be with my family. But this one was just me and Paul. And some friends. But I was like, this is just going to be us. And I'd really like for no one to really notice that I'm gone. Anyone ever dream of that? Imagine just like disappearing for 7 days and you know that taking 7 or 8 days off from all your social is fine, but sometimes it can feel like when you start back up again, like you're almost like moving a boulder uphill all of a sudden. So my goal for, that trip was I literally want to disappear for 8 days and literally just be able to check in real fast and see what happens without telling anybody that I'm in Mexico what's going to happen. So it took me about 5 hours to plan all of my content for the entire 7 days, 7, 8, if you include travel. Sat and planned it all and then scheduled it all. So what's wild, you guys, is even though people could tell I wasn't at home because I wasn't hiding it, I just wasn't answering questions about where I was. I literally, the lives, you could tell I wasn't at home. However, only about 4 or 5 people really were like, wait a second, where are you this week? And that's people who know me really, really, really well. So, who here says, yes, please, I would love to be able to tap into this, to be able to take Fridays or another day of the week off and still have content going out. This is going to be super helpful for you. Now, I will also tell you if you're anything like me, drop a yes if this is you. I was super resistant to scheduling content for a very long time. I had so many concerns like, is this going to lower my engagement on social? I was like, I really enjoy real time posting. And I enjoyed that for years. But there was a point where I was like, maybe I should try this whole scheduling thing because I don't get many days off Monday through Friday. It feels like it's a constant like hamster wheel of having to create and post content. And while I do enjoy it most of the time, over years, you'll kind of get to a place where you're like, I kind of need some days off. So I'm going to share with you guys exactly how to schedule your content with ease. Who's excited about this today? Because I sure am. All right, let's dive on in. So I'm actually going to start with this. Now, real fast, important disclaimer. The tool I'm going to share with you guys today is my client. Okay, everyone got that? So this tool is my client. And so I do want to disclose that relationship, but I don't make anything from you guys signing up, using it, using my code. There's just an awesome benefit to you when you sign up using my code. So I'm going to share this first and foremost so that you guys can feel free to explore it at your own speed, etc. So here we go. So we're going to dive into my absolute favorite tool. I'll give a little backstory here, but the tool is Metricool, and you can go to metricool.com. You can use code Rachel, Rachel, and you will get 30 days free of the entire platform. Now they do have lifetime free access. Who here says, are you serious? And what's neat, I actually just pulled up some notes on it last night. So let me quick pull this up. You are not restricted by social network when you're on the free platform. You just get up to 50 posts per month. Who here says, dude, that's totally exactly what I need. And this is free. Now, here's the thing, you guys, I have tried every single social media scheduler. So what's really, really interesting social EJ, go ahead and send an email to my team. I'll drop the email to my team and they can support you with making sure you get it. So what's wild is I've tried, like, I don't know if you guys have ever done this. I've piecemealed a bunch of different platforms together. I won't name any of the names of the other platforms because I'm not here to speak poorly about them, but I had probably 3 to 4 different platforms that I was using for scheduling at any given time, all at the same time. And if you're paying, $9 a month or $15 a month for each of those, it just does add up. And so it's interesting because I found Metricool about 2 or 3 years ago, and I started testing it, and I was very quickly realizing this is truly an all-in-one platform. And so I'm going to share some really cool things about it today because this is really neat. But the truth is, when I found them, I fell in love with them. They sponsored me, and that was easy to talk about because I could brag about the platform so much. But then even cooler than that, they ended up hiring me. So now I get to be their US ambassador and share Metricool's goodness with all of you. All right, you guys, let's dive on in. I'm pretty sure I can share my screen. I want to try to just share one window. Fingers crossed that this works because last time we did it, it didn't. And I was so sad. My screen's too big for me to just share the whole screen. It's like 47 inches. Okay, so you guys ready for this? It saves so much time, especially because of what I'm about to share with you guys. So right now, I'm going to show you guys everything that it connects to because this is pretty big. So you can connect it to track your website or your blog stats. You can use it with Facebook. Now, I will say because with Metricool, so this is Metricool's actual account. With Metricool, we do a combination of posting in Spanish, English, and French. So we do use the Creator Studio so we can segment who our posts go to. Otherwise, we would just be scheduling them here in Facebook. Now, on my platform here, I straight up use Metricool to schedule my Facebook posts for my Facebook page, which is pretty cool. Okay, so it schedules Instagram, it schedules Twitter, it schedules LinkedIn, it schedules pins, it schedules TikTok, Google My Business, YouTube, Twitch, and you can even support your ads with scheduling of your ads so that they show up and turn off at the right times. So you can use Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, and more. But it also gives you some really cool in-depth insights depending on which platform you're using. So let's just take a look real fast. It's actually what I've switched to for Instagram scheduling. You guys probably, some of you may know this, but if you're newer, you may not know this. I don't do a ton of standalone posts on Instagram, but when I have used this, it's fantastic. One thing that was really cool too is Metricool actually did a study to see if using a scheduler actually decreased your engagement, and it has been pretty clear that it actually doesn't. Usually what happens when schedulers decrease someone's engagement is because they get into this weird set it and forget it mentality. So they'll load up their scheduler for the whole year and have it all planned to go out, and there's no time for them to like step back and analyze everything and tweak the plan and get rid of the things that don't work and do more of the ones that they do. So it's more of the set it and forget it mentality that gets people into trouble with schedulers versus the people who are using it consistently week by week or month by month. Okay, so check this out. It gives you some really cool stats like the balance of followers. It gives you the ages of followers, the gender, the locations. You'll see this is a very global company, which is really, really cool. And then it's going to give you even more stats about your average reach, profile views, website clicks, the number of posts. It does not affect the reach on Instagram. It's the set it and forget it mentality that affects the reach. So pretty neat, pretty cool, pretty awesome. It also shows you how your hashtags performed specifically on Instagram. So this is kind of neat. You can see like which hashtags seem to be performing the best. It'll show you the evolution of your stories, so you can see where you need to grow, etc. And it also shows you a list of competitors, which is pretty cool. Similar things on Twitter. Pretty neat. You get to see actually who you lost as followers, who you acquired. And I'll break down more of the features in just a minute, but I want to give like the walkthrough first. Check this out. You can see like there's tons of growth. This was because we were at Social Media Marketing World and we got to, I talked a lot about Metricool, and they were actually hosting the leaderboard for who was tweeting the most about social media marketing world. And I'll show you guys that with the hashtag tracker in just a second. You get to see interactions, types of tweets. There's so much in here. It blows my mind. But they also have LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok's a neat one too. Check this out. You get to see all of the videos. You can download a CSV. Who's ever worked with clients and they were like, could you get me a list of all of the TikToks we've ever created? Sure. I'll download the CSV and guess what? You can have all the stats instantly. Ha! Stunningly gorgeous. Okay, so there's one more thing I'm going to show before I show the actual process of scheduling, because this is pretty powerful. So with all of my clients and myself, there's a 4-step process, sometimes 5 steps that I really recommend. So the first stage is planning and research. You don't want to just like post content in real time. You want to plan, you want to research, you want to write some great copy. So you kind of put your heart into planning and research first and foremost. The second phase is batch creating. And that means, let's say on a Monday, I'm going to create all the content for the week for Instagram, or on a Friday, I'm going to create the next week's Facebook post. So batch creating creates so much margin and freedom for us. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you're posting in real time and constantly switching back and forth between different platforms, you can lose somewhere between 20 and 80%, depending on which expert you look at, 20 to 80% of your productivity. So just by batching and staying in a singular focus until a task is done, you can gain up to 20, well, at least 20% more productivity back simply by not context switching. Pretty cool, right? So I think that's really important to share. So the second phase is batching your content. The third phase is scheduling all of your content. So sitting down, having some time blocked out to get it all scheduled and loaded and ready to go. But then the fourth stage, and this is really important, is to actually review what worked. So the fourth stage is reviewing and checking analytics and seeing what works really, really well. So I'm a huge fan of stepping back and analyzing so you don't get stuck into the set it and forget it mentality. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And then the fifth stage, for those of you who work with clients, is reporting. You've got to report on how things are going. So one thing I fell in love with about Metricool is that they have reporting in place. Now, the cool thing is you can have multiple brands here. They call them brands. So it's like different clients. You can bring them all into one platform and manage them all with the simple drop down like toggle. So what's really neat is for each and every client, you can create individual reporting. And so I can pick the dates that I want to report on, the language, pick which template I want to use. You can customize the templates for you. So you really like love, love, love them. And then you get to choose which platforms you want to share the analytics on. So you could do likes, comments, impressions, reach, engagement, video views, etc., and then decide how many rows you want to share. So let's say I wanted to report on these ones. This is really neat. This is where you can upload your own logo. So all of your reporting feels very customized. Now, this is where things get really cool because you can generate a PDF. So you can literally attach it to your emails and your communication with clients and send them a PDF. You could send one every Monday if you wanted to. So your clients never have to wonder how things are going. You can generate a PowerPoint if you have to actually present, which hopefully that doesn't happen too often, but when you need to present, who here is like, PowerPoints are the bane of my existence. They're so challenging for me to create, believe it or not. I don't like it. So anytime something can create a PowerPoint for me, yes, please. Now, this is really neat. You can set up automated monthly reporting so that your clients get literally the email report with the text with whatever you want to add in here. So you can say, hey, this is Rachel, just sending the monthly reporting here. Send me an email back if you have any questions, and then you can simply export it. Pretty cool. Who here's already like, oh, this is neat, because I'm a huge fan. Anything that saves social media managers and business owners tons of time and money, because I will say Metricool is, this isn't their goal, but it just is. They're a lot more cost effective than pretty much every other social media scheduler is a standalone, yet they do more than most of the other social media schedulers, which is really interesting. Now, there is the ability to track hashtags in real time. So, for example, we track the hashtags from social media marketing world to see what happened and created. This was metrical. It was so cool. They created a leaderboard of who mentioned social media marketing world's specific hashtag the most during the event. So it was really cool. You can also track hashtags on Twitter and see kind of where things are at, how they're performing. There are so many cool insights in here. Look at this. This is so neat. Oh, so cool. Why is Paris Hilton there? I gotta check her out. I haven't seen her Twitter before, but anyways, so it's really neat too because you can also do competitor analysis and bring in a competitor's Twitter account and see like where are they at versus where are we at? What are they talking about? How is their stuff performing? Now, this is where things get really cool is the planning. And I'll dive into this. I just want to show one more thing because I love this. So I've used a lot of different link in bio, different tools. And this is my favorite because you have the ability to, number one, update it on desktop. Is anyone else like this? If I have to only update or use something on mobile, it's challenging for me. For example, if I could post reels and TikToks from desktop all the time, it would be a game changer because I work so much faster on a desktop than on a phone. And sometimes maybe I'm just getting old, but like my hands start to get sore from just being on my phone all the time. So anytime I can do something on desktop, even better. With the other link platforms that I've used in the past, and I'm switching to this pretty soon, we're just building it out. Not being able to update them on desktop was a huge detractor for me. But what's neat is you can literally customize you can start with one, clone them and create one that's individual to each and every social media platform so you can truly track how each and every platform is generating traffic and which links are working best on each and every platform. Here's a question from Stephanie. When do we do what is trending when you do things ahead of time? Really good question. So I like to keep my trending audios as like my drafts. So I'll keep those as my drafts and post them throughout the day, just anytime I need to. But if you want, you can find stuff that doesn't have any copyright issues, and you can go ahead and plan them all, schedule them all inside of Metricool, which is really cool. Okay, so you can start with one and clone them for each and every platform, so you can track the actual analytics on each platform and each link. All right, let's get into it. Who here's already learning? Because this is kind of fun. I know it's a little nerdy. I want to share a couple things. I asked for some really good questions yesterday. Okay, so ready? People have asked me, do we have the ability to like recycle content or have content as like evergreen content that gets posted repeatedly? Yes, you can write or import your content in auto lists to use again as like cyclical or evergreen content. The second question I get a lot is, do they support bulk uploads of content? Yes, they support CSV import and API import, both. So for those of you who plan everything out in spreadsheets, fantastic. Number three, can you schedule reels? I get this question a lot. Yes, you can schedule reels and TikToks in Metricool. And for both, you will receive a push notification to publish. So all you have to do is hit post, and it's pretty cool. So it makes it very, very simple. All of this is approved by the platforms too. So nothing is scraped or black hat. All of it works. All right. So you can schedule reels and TikToks. Can you schedule stories? Not currently. There's a new thing. This is really cool. You can now schedule Twitter threads, which is huge because I use Twitter threads all the time. On the free platform, the free version, the one where it says go to metricool.com, use code Rachel. You get 30 days of access completely for free, but then there's a lifetime free account. So you can publish up to 50 posts per month completely for free. So it makes sense for you no matter where you're at. And this is really cool. I actually don't know if I'm supposed to share this, but I just do because I'm so excited about this. YouTube Shorts are in Metricool's roadmap to be done in the next few weeks. So that's going to be a huge game changer, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys how I would schedule some different content Now, this is kind of neat because I can actually schedule like the replay of this video. So I'm going to pull up the link and I'm going to share it uh, on social so people can access the replay to this. Okay, so check this out. I downloaded my graphics from Canva. I'm going to create a new post. Now, what's neat is you can create posts for any of these or all of these, but the media requirements are going to be different. So, for example, if I'm trying to schedule a TikTok, obviously I need video, and obviously there's going to be a character limit. If I'm going to schedule on Twitter, there's going to be a character limit. If I'm going to schedule on Instagram, it needs either a video or a photo for reels or for a post. So just keep that in mind. So, what I like to do is kind of start with one and then move to the next. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's go back. Okay, check this out. You can see the best times to post on these different platforms. So it straight up shows you the darker the color, the better the time to post, because that's when your audience is the most engaged. Now, our Facebook isn't connected in the same way because we are using the Creator Studio only because we have to segment everything based on language. But let's check it out for Instagram. Check it out. You can see literally the best times to post. And it looks like nighttime is a good time to avoid for Instagram posts, which is kind of cool. And this is going to be custom for each and every person based on your past content performance, which I think is kind of neat. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with Twitter. We're going to create a new post. Okay. So I'm going to put Twitter on and I'm going to remove LinkedIn for now. And I'm going to share this. So I went ahead and just dragged and dropped the graphic that I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to share one more thing because this is kind of neat. I use Jasper.ai to help me with copywriting. Anytime like my brain is tired, like for example, after a long week at social media marketing world, my brain's a little tired. Does anyone, okay, am I the only one? Do you guys ever have like just like brain exhaustion where you're like, I can't think of a stinking word to type? Please tell me I'm not the only one. So that's when I rely on Jasper. So I'm going to pull up the templates and I'm going to use, I like a lot of these templates, but I'm going to use this one. Okay. So we're going to do free training here. And this is going to be, I have some good copy written for this. So let me grab this from yesterday. I created it in Jasper once again. So I'm going to go ahead and share this copy that was in my description of this video. Yeah, you can drag and drop, which I am such a fan of. And I'm going to go ahead and generate these outputs and then just tweak them slightly. I'm a huge fan of the PAS thing. Let's see. This is perfect. We'll go for it. Okay, so I'm going to tweak this slightly. Okay, so we're a little over in this free training. And I'm going to tag myself so I can retweet it. Oh, let's try that again. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to add the YouTube link. So, and I love that you can see the preview based on the platform. Pretty cool, right? So let's go ahead and add the link to this actual training that I'm on right now, which is really cool. Okay, I'm grabbing the link and I'm going to change this to Rachel for now. I can still retweet it because I want to get these numbers down. And I'm going to change this. And there we go. Now here's what's neat. So you guys can see there's the create thread option right there. I was so excited when they literally just announced it. I was like, I would really love some like Twitter threads. And I think they were already working on it by the time that happened, but it was so exciting. Okay, so I can create a thread right there, but I'm going to go ahead and this one looks pretty good. Let's check it out for LinkedIn. Let's see how this one looks on LinkedIn. Let's see. Oh, the YouTube video is loading for them, like the link to it. I'm still going to put it there. I really like that. Yep, that looks good. And I think I could do this one on Facebook too. I like it. Pretty good. Check it out. Yep, looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And this one's going to go on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And if I wanted to publish now, I can go like this. Otherwise, I can pick the date and time. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Pretty cool. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create one for Instagram because we got to add some hashtags on in. So let's go ahead and check this out. You can do feed post, reel. The stories are also manual posting, but they do have that functionality that's unrolling, which is really cool. So let's check it out. Looking for a social media scheduler, but you don't know which one to choose. I'm going to go ahead and grab the image. I'm just going to drag and drop it. There we go. And I'm going to add a little more context. Check out the free training we just did on our YouTube channel. Rachel shares the best one to use and how to use it with ease. Now, this is important. I need to add some hashtags, but check this out. You can track hashtag volume here. Who here says, this is what I need? So literally, we're going to do this for TikTok too in just a second, but I can search for social media scheduler. And it's going to pull up the results. I can already see some really good hashtags that would work really well. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Okay. And I can repeat that process until I have the number of hashtags I want to use. Now, of course, I've already done this process inside of Metricool. So I'm going to pull up my own hashtag lists because they are fantastic. So let's get these going. I've got a really good set of hashtags that I like, and they're like smaller saturation, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and add these on in. Does anyone else like seeing people's workflows? I think it's super helpful to see like how people use different things. So let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to put publish now. And there we go. Next up, we're going to schedule a TikTok. Pretty cool. Now I'm going to pull out last second on doing this one. So I'm going to go through all the steps of publishing, but this one's actually not a part of my plan for today. So I don't want to accidentally post it, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So you toggle on. So I'll do it one more time. So create new post, TikTok, make sure TikTok is the only one that's on. And I'm going to go ahead and drop. You can drag and drop the video here. Pretty cool, right? So I'm going to add my clever little caption. Like my teeth? Thanks. They're fake. And this is where I can add in hashtags from TikTok. Now, the cool thing, you guys, is you can do this process once, use their TikTok volume hashtag, and you can use their TikTok hashtag volume tracker once and create sets of hashtags that you want to use for the future. So with this is what it auto populates, like many of the different things that you can use. Isn't this interesting? You can find new hashtags you've never used before, but I'm going to go ahead and add in like fake teeth as a hashtag. Coming on up. So you can go through this process once. With hashtag volume, oh, looks like it's not a big one. Okay, so we'll do smile makeover. I like to go through this process once, save hashtags into sets. I like hashtags that are between 6 and 7 figures worth of views. Ooh, look at this. There are tons of amazing hashtags that I can grab. And they make it really easy because I don't have to keep retyping it back in. So, We are all set. We've got our hashtags and we're good to rock and roll. Um, okay, so I would normally put like publish now, probably remove one of these, and I would hit save. And that would show up in the app. Now, this is TikTok approved. So keep that in mind. It's not scraped, it's not black hat. And I've also found that it's more reliable than when you schedule inside of TikTok itself. So kind of good to keep in mind. Pretty cool, right? Now you guys can try it completely for free simply by going to metricool.com. Use code Rachel. I'm making nothing from you using my code, but you get 30 free days of amazing access. Okay, I'm just retyping it one more time. There we go. So feel free to check it out. I know it's going to be really exciting. This is going to be a game changer for some people. I will also link to it in the bio beneath this video once the video is like officially finished streaming. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I know we kept it really short, but I know it's going to be helpful for some of you. You're going to save a lot of time. I will catch you guys later. Go have such a great Friday. Bye, friends.